And these earthquakes are going to be gigantic, and they're so many, so big, that it affects the whole land called North America. I see great, at this time in the vision, great snowstorms, great ice, great cold at certain times, or certain places of America. Just has never happened like that in these places. Down in the southern states up along our eastern seaboard, spreading inland towards Washington, towards mid-America. And then, but the drought seemed, if I can recall correctly, seemed to be in mostly our farm belts. Center America, wheat farms and stuff. And the storms, the winds, my gosh. Give me a good hurricane and a place to get my rear end under cover. These winds, the icy and Irish will rip a lot of those covers off my rear end is trying to be protected by. Huge winds, just washing across the lands. I saw mostly everything I was showing was the USA, a little overlap into Canada. And some of the vision, not necessarily the weather part, but involved a little bit of South America and Mexico. And gosh, folks, we're going to be hit left and right. We're going to be slammed from our bottom of our feet right down the top of our head. We're going to be like we're in a compressor that compresses an old car and makes it into a chunk of metal. But we're going to be really tiny, each of us, just whipped, beat, trod, dying, a lot of dying. We're the leaders, and we're going to fall big time. And we're going to drag a lot of people down with us when we do it. All around this great turtle to call our mother. It has to start somewhere, America. Raise your hand, thank God. Hey, we started the new movement. We started the destroying time. Kiss your rear goodbye, you idiots. It's worse than this world has ever known, even during the 4 previous flips. Far worse. Madness. Madness here in America. People going bug nuts. Not for bugs, although people will be eating those too. Anything to survive. Anything. Even your little kid. A long pig. A hank of bone and a piece of hair. A little 3-year-old baby killed so that you could live just a few more weeks. You're going to face one very, very disgusted creator. Long pigs. Eat your own kind. Murdering. Murdering just because you can. Murdering for food.
Wouldn't it be a fair assessment to say that the WebBot would capture, because obviously a lot of people are speculating about the FEMA camps and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Now,
Wouldn't
the camps exist. Let's be quite clear. You can go out and check
Okay.
things in the United States national registers on laws, etc., administrative policies, and there are indeed laws, and they don't make laws unless they intend to use them, that allow them to turn military bases into basically internment camps and so on. The British found with India, once the mindset of the Hindu populace was changed, the people of the Hind, India, Kashmir, etc., and Pakistan, simply stopped cooperating, and the British were forced to leave. And that's what's going on. It's a mental game, not a physical one. As long as they keep you believing in FEMA camps, they never need to activate one.
It's just to bring fear and anxiety to the populace.
And to control your mind by controlling
Exactly.
the mind, the perception that you have of the physical world. I am a sovereign individual. I don't bow to anyone other than those people that are on the path of enlightenment. I'll bow to the dirtiest, filthiest sadhu in India, but I won't bow to the Queen of England. And that strength scares them. And all it is a mindset.
Cliff, let's talk for a moment about the south of the equator. Did you ever hear in 2006 how Bush,
Sure.
Bush
The
Jr.
underground site in the Altiplano, Paraguay. I followed a lot of the past purchases by the powers of that be in Costa Rica, Paraguay, Uruguay, Bolivia. A number of areas have been invaded, if you will.
Well, I didn't know about the underground part, but I know it's Paraguay where he bought the 100,000 acres through his daughter Jenna. It's 100,000 acres that are located in one of the largest aquifers in the world.
Correct. And at a specific height.
Exactly. Correlation between what people are saying. A lot of people are moving down to the south of the equator.
Yes.
What's coming?
There's very good reason for that. The powers that be are afraid of something. That fear has been manifest since the late 90s for sure, maybe even earlier. What they fear includes a potential solar scrubbing of the northern hemisphere. And
Right.
it also includes the potential for a crustal shift independent of the magnetic shift, which would be bad enough. They expect that some of these things will manifest before 2012, and they think that these places might be safe.
2012. There's so much talk about 2012. Many people say it's going to be just another Y2K, but why would the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas say that it was significant?
I'm sorry. Let's forget about any of the old ancient dusty guys. Let's just ask ourselves, why would they rush through and complete the largest multi-country collective operation in less than a year? And by that I mean the seed vault. Why is it built where it is? Why is it constructed the way that it is? Everything points to the idea that these people know something is coming. It is really horrific, and it doesn't matter if it happens to coincide with the Mayan calendar.
You're referring to the Norway, the seed vault in Norway.
Correct. Which was funded not by the country of Norway, but by a giant planetary collective. How long does it take the whole human race, of all the governments really anyway, to get together and do something usually? Decades.
Right.
You know, and if they want it done, though, obviously they can do it in less than a year. So obviously if they wanted peace in Palestine, that could be done overnight. If they wanted to end any war, they would do so. Because look at how quickly they were able to mobilize and build this huge effort on this doomsday scale.
Have you followed the Norwegian politician?
Yes.
That's
His
talking.
linguistics
Okay.
are very good.
Somebody forwarded his name to me so I could get in touch with him. So you believe that what he's saying is accurate?
He believes it. There's no question.
He believes it.
And he's using linguistics that tend to make me think that there is certainly some level of credence to be given to him.
Someone also told me during the last one of the last closed-door congressional meetings that after that meeting, a lot of the congresswomen, congressmen were coming out, looking down, depressed, and apparently what was told to them was not to repeat, because if they were told, they would not be taken care of, meaning they would not be taken care of to underground facilities when, hits the fan.
Sure, I understand. That makes a lot of sense, especially given the huge amount of underground investment in Australia, which they believe to be a survival island.
So what was told to our government representatives?
Basically, I believe that or it's my understanding, I don't believe, but I think that the evidence supports the idea that they were told about the economic collapse, the impact on the global food supplies that will force massive revolution on a planetary scale, and then all of that will be followed by a series of events that will include release of contact information, the undeniability relative to space aliens, etc., and then we'll be hit by the issues of release of what is causing us the problem right now relative to our climate, and that the release issues will start occurring in early 2012 and will continue through to about 2017, and may indeed include a crustal shift. and the crustal shifts usually in the past have not exceeded 30 degrees in shifting of the continents, etc. But there's vast evidence of some continents just deciding to go whoomp and sink to the bottom of the ocean that quick, while others decide to rise up, and that we don't know what's going where, and it's all a giant crapshoot.
Isn't this the culmination of what they really want? To unite the world into one world government, Cliff?
Sure, that's what they want, but basically they have it now. And in fact, I dispute that. I dispute the idea that anybody ever wanted to have a president of the planet and a global planetary parliament that they controlled. Because in fact, you don't control that way. All you do is set yourself up for the ultimate failure. Note that everything goes in cycles. So a lucky man becomes unlucky if he continues doing the gambling activity long enough. Good
Right.
things always go bad, etc. So if you're at the top in the pinnacle and you have your ultimate new world order and you're controlling everything through one titular organization, you're actually worse off than they are now, because there's only one place for that one organization to go, and that's simply to cease to exist. Now, bear in mind, they don't need one currency, one global currency, or one global government. They own them all.